I tried filming this before I had lunch. It didn't work. Take two. My name's Ruth. I am an artist and an aspiring sailor. I'm good at the first one, not so confident on the second one. Yet. Right now I'm living in this camper that I'm currently remodeling into my working art studio. It is very much a work in progress, obviously, but about a year ago I quit my food service job. Thank goodness for that. And since then I have been going all in on trying to make this dream work. My long-term goal, hopefully not too terribly long, is to move my art studio onto a liveaboard sailboat and take my work to the places and subjects that inspire it. My work is traditional media. It is very heavily inspired by the ocean and my time on the water. I've done some commissions, but what I really wanted was the creative freedom to be able to experiment, to combine new media, push boundaries, and tell more immersive, meaningful stories through the work. I've never really felt at home in the big shot galleries, so to speak. Big shot galleries. To be honest, my encounters with those kinds of people hasn't traditionally gone very well. I'll save those stories for another time. But all that to say, the art and the artists in those places have always felt very distant to me. What I care about is making work that feels more accessible and human and very rooted in everyday life. And just as importantly, I want to be approachable as an artist and as a creator. And that is why I started my Patreon page. Patreon lets me share not just the finished pieces, but the process, the experiments, the questions, the half-baked ideas that may or may not come to fruition. It gives new depth to it if you can see the process and be a part of it. So this space allows me to create in a way that's raw, that's vulnerable, authentic, and can evolve over time, while also giving me the structure and the accountability to keep showing up and pushing forward. As a Patreon, you'll get things like early access to new content, collectible artist diaries, postcards and letters in the mail. The Shell Collector's Mail has become one of my favorite parts of my entire month. The higher tiers, for the bigger patrons if you will, include more exclusive studio logs and personal vlogs, process walkthroughs, and limited edition prints and original works, and more. With even more unfolding as my studio grows and hits new milestones, especially when it ends up on a sailboat. When you're putting your art out into the world and kind of putting yourself out there in such a vulnerable way, and you're not really sure if people like it because you're not getting that feedback, to have people show up and support you and give you that community and that feedback, it is such an invigorating, motivating, awesome feeling. It really gives me new hope and new energy, and really the ability in general to keep pursuing this passion of mine. I am so incredibly thankful for my patrons, and I could not do this without them. So thank you so much for checking out my Patreon page. And if you would like to become a patron, that would be stellar. If you would like to know more, please be sure to check out the About section on my Patreon page and look at the tiers and see what they have to offer. And if you like what you see, click the button. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon.